Hi everyone, my name is Bee and I am a substitute teacher and a master's candidate at National University. Today I'm going to talk to you about collaboration and communication with families of students about supporting student success. So this week we watched a couple of videos. We watched Relationship Building Parent Teacher Communication by San Bernardino Unified School District, in which they talk about the importance of weekly, regular communication with parents, the importance of getting to know each other, teacher to parent, to build a positive relationship before grades come out, and to respond to parent messages as soon as possible within 24 hours, and to use class websites or apps for parent teacher communication. The other video that we watched was a TED Talk. It was Cecile Carroll's TED Talk, Teacher Parent Relationships, a Crucial Ingredient. And this talked about the various ways to communicate with parents. She talked about a parent survey asking about child's personality and learning styles and how this can help the parents and the teacher. They've talked about back to school night presentations, discussing teaching philosophy and how that teaching philosophy being reinforced at home actually helps students do better in school. She also mentioned weekly parent communication to emphasize the good things that are going on in class and not just unwanted behaviors or concerns. She also spoke about when teachers communicate honestly with parents about the needs of their classroom and the needs of their school, then parents and teachers can work together to get the needs of the children and the learning environment met. So when teachers communicate with parents about the needs that are not being met in their classroom or their school district, then the parents actually are empowered to put pressure on the school district to put money into the schools. She talked about how when this happened in her school, the district had originally told them that they didn't have money to update the facilities and fix the things that were broken, like the air conditioning. But because they collaborated and worked together, they were actually able to get those things paid for and taken care of, anyways. So that was huge to me. Um, Currently, what I am doing for parent communication, I also try to reach out to parents first thing to introduce myself and start building that relationship. But even when I do reach out about grades or behavior concerns, I always let them know what is going well first. And then I only talk about the observable behaviors that have been happening, and I let them know what I have done to try to support the student in changing that behavior. And then I just ask the parents for advice. Um, I also speak enough Spanish, and I'm able to have basic parent communication calls in Spanish. But for parent teacher conferences, I make sure to have a translator if the parents prefer to communicate in another language, because those conversations are more in depth and is beyond my scope. I am not fluent yet. But I wanted to highlight three ways that I like to communicate with families. So, number one, I like to have an introduction letter, a little hello, a little bit about me. And then I like to send home a class survey or a Google form, just so that the parents can quickly access it on their phone, fill it out, and then I have the results um, quickly. And of course, a class website. So I know our district uses Canvas. I've also used ClassDojo and Google Classroom. Um, but yeah, I would definitely want to use the common class website that is typically used, the one that parents are already familiar with. So yeah, that would be part of the introduction, would be to get that communication website set up so that we can, and I love posting pictures and videos from class so that parents can see what the kids are doing. And I think it really creates a positive classroom atmosphere, and it facilitates better relationships between students, parents, and between parents and teachers and all around. So, barriers. Okay, so barriers I think I may face or continue to face, and how I deal with those. So, language barrier, time, time management, like not having enough time to meet up and talk, and then also tech support or tech help. So, because getting on the class website is so important and having regular communication, one of the ways that I like to facilitate any parent that may need tech support, especially in their preferred language, I can offer a bit of help, but if more specific instructions are needed, then I would reach out to the IT person and possibly schedule an appointment if they can't meet at that time. So for time management, I know that written communication facilitates better communication sometimes because our schedules are busy and we don't always have time for a phone call. So written communication would be my first try. Um, and then language barriers. I mean, the first thing that I can do as a teacher is try to learn the language, and that has been something that I've been working on for years now. And but of course, getting a translator, especially for parent-teacher conferences. And another way to bridge that gap is teachers can learn how to use translation software. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.